I welcome Brian Sanders.
I am Junk is an immersive performance art, dance, acrobatic, circus, theater thing that I do. And I've been doing it for many years in Philadelphia and other places too. And one of the things that we do is, this is so loud. Is it loud for you guys? Oh, okay. Just the monitors are loud. Bring the monitors down for me. I'm shouting in my own ear. Thank you. Okay, so we go into a space and we create a performance theater dance extravaganza inside the space that's somewhat informed by this space, sometimes not. It just depends on what's going on. And so when I thought this would be fun because I came in here and I said, oh, this is exactly what I do. Is I came into this space, I didn't really know what this theater was like. We do perform in theaters, but not very regularly. So I came in here, and this theater has a very steep rake, right? And that's this grade that you guys are sitting on. And this piece I'm doing is very low to the ground. So it's also a scantily clad piece, and so you might, where's Teddy? Oh, he's already ready. No, you can stay there. You might see things you don't want to see because of the angle. So, and there's also some, elf abuse going on in Philadelphia. So anyway, I thought this is what we do. We go into a space, we're informed by the space, and we adapt to the space. So one of the things I can do is play a little bit with the light here. I'm going to ask these guys to really light on the fly and give me a back-angled down pool, if you can, a little tight something around the bucket there, and we'll see how good they are. They're probably amazing. But you have things that you can move around and light that? Something from the center down this way, and nothing from the front. And then from the side, yes, beautiful. We're seeing art in action here. And look, can you move it over? We'll move the bucket if we need to. No, they're moving it, they're amazing. Spectacular. Good. How about just, the high diagonal blues are nice, but if we can isolate him a little bit, that would be great too. We're doing a show, can you guys see the bottom of this? Oh, let me move the T. It's movable. December 6th through the 23rd, we're going to be at the bank. Speaking of going into a place and transforming it, there's a bank on 6th and Spring Garden. Does anyone here ever old enough to know that nightclub? A couple of you, okay. So it's been closed for years, but we're going back in there, and we're doing a holiday program about some elves at the bank. All right, so this is beautiful. Thank you, guys, that's awesome. And now you won't see what I don't want you to see. Where was I? I got lost. Hold on, let me get a list. Told you not to have me here, Chris. All right. Teddy will be much more interesting than me, but it's good. All right. Oh, I'm supposed to talk about the church. Okay. This piece originally, when I did it, one of the, it feels like the moment passed on that. Never mind. Okay. So part of what I do is I'm very experiential. I don't watch the news. I try not to be informed by anything current, except what's right in front of me. I didn't know it was going to snow today. But, so that's probably why I'm here. Had I known, I wouldn't be here. Okay. But, so I look around me, and I feel like that's the best thing I could add to my experience here to you guys and to being an artist in Philadelphia for so many years, is that so much of what I do is informed by Philadelphia. So as part of this elf trade thing I'm working on, I have this guy, he's dancing with an Arctic seal. So I'm trying to figure out how to make an Arctic seal. And I want it to be really solid, but I also want it to have a little bit of a blubbery feel, right? And a big one, maybe 7 feet long and a couple 100 pounds at least. They're probably way much more than that. So my first idea is to fill up an inner tube. Now you know why we're called Junk. I find junk and I transform it. So this inner tube I thought would, if I cut one end and fill it all the way up with water and then make this giant seal, and it's just going to be too heavy to put on stage, and also what happens if the seal pops, right? So I'm backstage here, and I'm playing with Kyle's balls. Thank you. I wanted to say that so bad. Okay. And they're really nice and light and fluffy, right? All right. So, but no, they have just the right weight, and they're filled with bean bags. And I was like, And I actually work with a mural artist I collaborated on a show recently with, and she's a big mural artist in Philadelphia, Meg Saligman, if you know her. We just worked on a collaboration together, another cool part of being an artist in Philly. And she uses those bean bags to actually to stretch the paint and make it go further because they paint so much on a big wall that they need to stretch the paint. So they use those beans to stretch the paint somehow. So she's got these big bags of bean bags. So I'm literally backstage texting her saying, I need some of your beans for my seal. So that's how it's going to unfold at 600 Spring Garden. Come see the seal. I will let Teddy do the rest of the talk. I'm going to go back to my list. Hold on. Thank you for being patient. Okay, we should talk about Kyle's balls some more, I think, but, okay, no. So the last thing I wanted to say was, I guess, about being an artist in Philadelphia. Let's see, I came to Philadelphia. I was 13 years old, and I ended up here by default. And I kind of like that, sort of this Philadelphia is a little bit of a default city. It's, in between two other big cities, right? And people kind of end up here maybe because they went to school here, or everyone's like, I'm going to Philadelphia, the destination. But it has this sort of, didn't fit in anywhere else feeling to a lot of the people here, which is really exciting. It makes it so diverse. Okay, so I went to New York City because they said, you're good. You should go audition for the School of American Ballet in New York City. And I went, and they said, you're too short. I don't know if you can tell, I'm short from here. And your feet are too big. So, it's true. And so my mom was like, all right, well, we're taking you to Philadelphia. And there was this school where your feet will fit in. And there's a school, it's no longer here. It's a big hole in the ground. This was 1980 or 1979. And I auditioned for Performing Arts High School. And I got in. And I had my first cheesesteak across the street. The school has been torn down. It was, demolished. And across the street was what do you call those? Trailers. A trailer. And there was a cheesesteak store, grill, whatever you call it, in the trailer. And this was 300 South Broad Street. If you know that address, that's where the Kimmel Center now stands. And so I had my first cheesesteak at the Kimmel Center in 1979 when I was 13. So this is many years later. I have, in April, I'm going to be doing a commission by the Philadelphia Orchestra on stage with the Philadelphia Orchestra. Teddy over here will be performing. I will not. And it's just, it's been a spectacular journey. And to see, one, that trailer turn into the Kimmel Center, although I love cheesesteaks. And two, me as a 13-year-old kid who wasn't accepted in New York because I was too short. And then I came to Philadelphia and to be performing and creating with the Philadelphia Orchestra. It's a tremendous journey, and I think it only would have happened here in Philadelphia. So without, I'm going to give this stage to the next generation, which is the last little bit I'll say, is Teddy has been a longtime performer with Junk, but he has just recently started his own group, and that's one of the amazing things I feel that happens here in Philadelphia is we sort of have these generations of artists, and we get to hand down to each other, and it's thrilling to be a part of. And so I wish him luck on his amazing journey. So, but for now, he's going to perform for you. I guess I need music, that's what I need. And could we bring down all the front light? Looks good? Yes, nice. All right. Here we go.
Stooky sound. Hoochie.
Good. 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 Good.